If you invest in the markets, or you lead a company that's active in the markets, you learn to be humble. You have to make sure you're running your business with a margin of safety. If the market takes a tumble, or if something goes wrong with your business, that you can survive. And that's always the way we ran Eaton Vance. I was born in 1958 in Helena, Arkansas, and grew up in the Twin Cities of Helena, West Helena. That was in many ways a typical middle American small town. I was involved in the Cub Scouts and the Boy Scouts and did a lot of sports as well. Played on a number of teams on my way up as a kid and into high school. My first job working was at the Faust band sawmill, which was started by my grandfather. Church was a big part of growing up. Family was a big part of growing up. We had dinner every night together as a family, and very much a part of my upbringing. I didn't go to MIT necessarily to study engineering, but I was interested in it. I had some skills in math and science, and started thinking of a career in engineering as a good path for me. As I got more advanced in my engineering education, I started to think, well, maybe I don't want to spend my whole life as an engineer. But I took a class in investment management and really thought that this is interesting. It combines the quantitative and the analytical aspects that I enjoyed about engineering, connects to my background and interest in economics. But because it's investing in markets, and markets are dynamic and changing, I thought that this would be a fun place to spend my career. So I joined Eaton Vance in 1985. I was 27 years old. I got married about 3 weeks after I started. So 1985 was a big change year for me. But I had this idea that the skills that I had developed gave me the raw material to be successful as an investment analyst. Eaton Vance was a firm that was really poised to take off. When I joined, it was a quite small business, about 160 employees, managed about $3.5 billion of client assets, and had a market value of about $50 million. I benefited from the fact that the person that hired me, my long-term mentor, a guy named Jim Hawks, he gave me opportunities not only to lead the equity investment group, but also to participate really in all aspects of the strategy of the company over the 11 years that he was head of the company. When I took over as CEO of Eaton Vance in October of 2007, the market was at a peak. Something that came to be known as the Great Financial Crisis was about to happen. Our stock, which was a little over $50 on the day I took over as CEO, went to $12 about 13 months later. So that was an interesting test for a new leader. Innovation is part of the DNA of Eaton Vance, and that one of the things that we were particularly good at was responding quickly to change in market circumstances. And one of the competitive advantages that Eaton Vance developed was in the management of tax-efficient investment strategies. That's an advantage, that's an evergreen advantage, and that for the right client can be incredibly important. Over my career, I saw the number of employees grow 12 times from that initial 160 or so up to 2,000. The managed assets grow from that $3.5 billion up to $600 billion, which I think is about 170 times. But the most amazing number is the growth in the value of a dollar invested in that stock, where a dollar grew to be worth $415. We felt that we needed to be part of not only a larger organization, but an organization that had direct customer contact and an international business beyond what we thought that Eaton Vance could realistically achieve. In Morgan Stanley, we found the perfect match, a marriage born of both companies' pursuit of growth. And then by putting our investment business together with that, we create on day one of the world's 15 largest asset managers, but one that is uniquely positioned with strengths in distribution both in the US and around the world. We want to have a conservative financial posture so that if things go wrong in the business, we're hopefully in a position where we can be investing. But I was incredibly fortunate to have tremendously strong financial resources and a tremendously strong team not to panic, to see us through this. And we were able to grow our way through the downturn. I was lucky to find a spouse who's been a a great partner to me, a great mother to our children, extremely supportive of my career ambitions. What makes me most happy about this recognition, I think first about my parents, who were proud of me and inspiration to me from day one. Both would be incredibly proud of this moment.